Hi, let's get started with Memotron. So select your region, complete setup. The first thing that I would recommend you to do is getting the AI items enabled. Starting with semantic search. So this is very useful to search information in a meaningful way rather than direct keywords. So other one is audio transcription, and finally asking questions to the markdown you created. Interesting, right? Here if you see, the markdown question answer chat requires semantic search to utilize it. So whenever you are going to enable markdown Q&A chat, make sure you already enabled semantic search. So once everything is downloaded, you can close this model and let's get started with capture. We want to redefine certain things. To start with, we want to capture, clip anything from anywhere, and then curate it, that is organizing in a way which makes sense. Finally, we are going to retrieve and synthesize that information in a useful way. Let's get started with capture. Memotron is the title. Starting with the first heading, understanding Memotron. Starting with capture. Then we will understand how to use modularity. Understanding modularity. Here it is pretty simple. It just takes 2 steps. Let's add one more heading. 2 steps. So one is using the ring icon, another one is using the back button. If you see here, whichever block has a ring icon to the left of it can be considered as a node, and whenever you click on it, just that block alone gets focused. It's not just for heading 1, it's similar for all other headings. You can just click on this heading 3 which we created, focus just on it. To get back to home, you can tap on the ring icon itself or click on back button. So this is one way of capturing. Once you have captured, you can save that. Done. Let's continue with the second way of capturing, that is audio. Here, it is not just recording the audio, you can transcribe it or directly convert the audio to a markdown. Let's explore. Heading 1, understanding audio to markdown, bullet, example of a point, bullet, example of another point, bullet child, example of a similar child relationship, bullet subchild, and again an inner level, divider, heading 2, to be continued. Let's see how well it transcribes it. You can use various accuracy here. As the accuracy increases, the response time will also increase. So we got our transcription here in the form of markdown. So we got the heading correctly, we got the point, 2 points, again a child, a subchild, a divider, and a heading 2 which is to be continued. Great, right? Okay. Now let's get back to another way of capturing. So this is another way of capturing. Here you can capture medias like photo, video, audio, and PDF. It is not just you can record an audio and then transcribe it. You can also upload an already recorded audio and try to transcribe it. Let's explore PDF now. So once the PDF gets uploaded, this is what you see. Here you can annotate in 5 different ways. Starting with highlight, I'll select a line. So highlight it. So once it's highlighted, this is how it appears. You can even underline something. Yeah. Similarly, strike off something. Then you can even create a command. So let's say I need to command this word. Select it, click on command, add the command inspiration from, save it. So this is how the command appears in the traces panel. Similar to commands, there's also task. So let's say you want to read this approach later. You can select it, click on the task symbol, add the command as read later, and pick a due date. So let me pick 19th, save it. So for the tasks, you can see it under the tasks heading. Here you see the created date, page number along with the due date. So these are the 5 ways of how you can annotate. In addition to this, if you use highlight or any other mode frequently, you can turn it on from the bottom toolbar and you can just highlight on the go. You need not select the highlight mode each time if you enable it from the bottom toolbar. Similarly for other items, key thing to notice, for tasks and command, you need not always select a task. You can click anywhere to create a task, just like that. For example, you want to refer this image later, so you can click on that and put refer later and click a date for it and pick a date for it. Save, done. So you can see it in the tasks here. It does not have any text associated with it because it was on the particular position we want to create a task. So once you're done with the highlights, if you want to download it, you can download it using this button. And if you want to search, you can use the search. We have 2 options on which search is performed. One is case sensitive one, and other one is whether you want to highlight all the search matches or highlight only the current match. So we were discussing we can also upload images and videos, right? Let's get started with images. So images from here and open. It says we have 12 selected files. I'll click on save all. So once the upload is done, we can find all the images in our library. So let's get started with collections. So collection is a way of organizing things. We'll be exploring to the simple and type collection today. I'll create a simple collection named as research. I'll add a cover photo. It's not mandatory. You can just ignore it if you want. You can pick any color or predefined gradients or pictures which I've already uploaded to Memotron. You can find it here and pick one of them. Unsplash and AI are upcoming features. Let's get back. So the default view is board. Let me save it. Hooray, we have a collection here. So whatever items which I want to add to the collection, I can add it by clicking here. So if I want to add this image, I can add it. If I want to add a PDF which we uploaded, PDF, we can go and select that PDF. Similarly, whichever items which I want to add to this collection, I can keep adding them. There are 3 views for now. One is list, other one is grid, and other one is masonry. Here you can change the density of the masonry. Capture shortcut will make this collection visible when you're creating the markdown, so that you can add that markdown to this collection. We can also add items to this collection in other ways, like in the note panel. For example, I want to add a particular PDF, this one. I'll open it and click on the add symbol here and pick the only one collection which I have right now. That's all. Let's add it to that collection. And to go to that collection, you can directly click on here and the collection page will open. If you see, the PDF which we added right now is also added to this collection. Let's now explore typed collection. Click on collection, typed. Similarly, you can add a cover photo if necessary. Add a title, regular. And pick a avatar of your choice. It can be any icon or emoji of your choice. And you can also change the color of the avatar this way. So I'll pick this one and add properties to this. So the properties can be any of these types. I'll select rating. I'll put urgency, and I can select which icon I want to use for rating. You can pick any icon from this list. I'll search for emergency. Okay, I'll pick this icon, and I want this to be always visible and also visible on the capture page. Okay, you can add several other properties. Let's limit it to one for now. And there is also one more option. You can extend from an existing collection using this toggle. Let's get it done for now. Here, adding this to shortcuts, capture shortcuts means this particular typed collection will be visible there, and the capture shortcut which we saw on this page, in the properties page, make the property itself visible on the capture page, in addition to making that capture related to this particular typed collection. Save it. Here we are done. So you can similarly do the same operations as you did in simple collection. The key thing is, I'll go to capture, pick this capture type as regular. So if you see, this property is visible here. I can give the urgency level 3, 4, whatever I want. Give this title, minutes of meeting, and then I can add the notes later. Seeing on the so if you go to regular here, you will find this minutes of meeting markdown. So you can then continue it based on the urgency level which you set, or lower its urgency if the priority has got changed. If you did not set any properties as always visible, you can see that in properties pane. For an example, let's create a property. Let it be a single select and status. Let us give the options as completed and another option as backlog. And let me give this color. Yep. Done. Fine. So here I'm not going to pick always visible, but I want it to be visible in capture. I also want to set the default value. So let the default value be backlog. So I've set it as default. Now let's save it. So if you see, it's visible in this properties pane and not in here because we have not set it to always visible. The other option is outline, which is your table of contents. Since we have nothing here, we won't be able to see it. Let's open the other one which we created. Click on outline. So here we have the table of contents. And also we have links. Similar to curating using collections, we can curate using links too. So I'll click here and I can link this to any node. For example, I can link this to the PDF which I have, and even link this to some image which I have. Cool, right? Now let me quickly create some more markdowns so that I can show you the app's other capabilities. You can see here I quickly created 4 more articles. Let's start with keyword based search. So let me search for COVID, again for football, And we know the other name commonly called for football is soccer. But when we search for it, we don't match a keyword, right? Because the word is not present in any of the markdowns. What we can do is turn on semantic search. Now it will search for relevant content in terms of meaning, not by the keywords. So if you see, the first matches with the modern football markdown. So this is the use case of semantic search. So let's turn it off. And we have not only search implemented in library, we have even the global command center where you can search for resources. Yep. Search for collections. Since we have just two created, we don't need to use search here. So let's start with a quick example on markdown question answer. Let's open a markdown. And inflation concerns continue to shape monetary policies across major economics. Let me try to ask a question from this sentence. So, what shapes economic policies? So inflation concerns are the ones which are shaping the economic policies. Let's take another example. This last line. Company restructure benefits to support remote employees. So let's ask how companies support remote employees. Remote employees. By company restructuring the benefits. That is how they are supporting the remote employees. Yeah, good to go. One quick note over here for the question and answer part is this is a beta version. It's going to be very basic. Don't expect much from it. We are working on making it far better. Yeah, so some more settings in the applications are mode of interaction. So we have keyboard centric mode. When enabled, you can see shortcuts next to each function. The command only mode is in beta. You can try that out also. You can change the appearance by turning off the system theme and clicking whichever theme you want, light or dark, and selecting that particular theme. I'll pick oxide. Then we have shortcuts where you can change the predefined shortcuts. Let's say I want to change the edit mode from Alt E to Control E. I'll change it and click on the check mark to save it. Similarly, in accessibility, you can change from smaller to larger and default. If you want to create tags, you can click here and start typing a tag. And if you want to group a tag, you can use the colon. For example, let me create a tag called as AI research. So press enter. And to create group tags, you can use research. So I want to create a for transformers. So I have created a group called as research in which I have a tag as transformers. Now let's get started with the extension part. So to add the extension, you can go to Chrome extensions page. If you are using Edge, you will replace this Chrome with Edge. Drag and drop the downloaded extension file here. That's all. The extension will be installed and you will be taken to the login page. Since we have already logged in, it says logged in successfully. We can close this for now. Close the extension page. So we start exploring the extension. The extension's key features are: you can clip text from anywhere over the web. You can clip YouTube videos. You can capture, that is screenshot, any part of the web. Sync Kindle highlights and much more coming further. Let's go to Wikipedia page. And you can start highlighting any text. For example, I'll highlight this one, pick a color, done, the clip is saved. Now if I want to link it, click on link, and I can link to any node or any collection in my application. For example, I want to link it to the research collection. Pick it, so the linking will happen automatically. So next, so what if I want to add nodes after highlighting something? Highlight, pick a color, click on this icon to add nodes. Essential for CN. And if you don't want to pick colors frequently, you can select a default color, for example this, and start highlighting. Done. Done. Now comes the question, where do you see these highlights? There are two places, one is in the application and other one is in the side panel. So this is the option to enable side panel. So you will see all the clips here, and click on any clip to move to that particular position. Okay, let's get to YouTube. So let's get out of distraction. So if I want to clip this position, I'll tap this button, and again if I want to clip some other position, I'll go there and click this button, and again if I want to go and clip something else, I'll go there and click on this. Similarly for one more clip which I want to do. So if you see here, I'll pause the video. I have 4 clips done here, and if I want to go to that particular clip position, I can tap on it and go there. Similarly, move to those positions. Now let's look at how to take a screenshot in the same page which we did text clippings. Click on this button, scale the area which you want to capture. Done. Your screenshot is captured. Now let's get back to the application. So whenever we do text clippings, the corresponding web page is also referenced in our application, so that it's easier for us to look at the cumulative view. So these are the text clips which we have done, and this is the screenshot which we took. You can access the particular page from any node you clipped. Click on here. So here you see that page and also all the clips which are done on that particular page. You can also preview the page here directly. Cool, right? Now let's get back and look at the YouTube video. So these are the 4 clips which we did. You can tap on any one of them to directly start playing from there. Similarly, how we did for web clips, you can click on here to go to the main video. And just like any other node, you can link it to any other node you want. Also add it to a particular collection which you want. So let's go to Kindle highlights now. Go to notes and highlights. And here I can sync everything. That is all the Kindle highlights and notes I have, and also all the book references. Done. So if you think you have added something new, you can resync it later when you visit the page again. Let's get back to our application. Go to Kindle books. So these are the books which I have synced, and these are the highlights. So I can click any highlight and go to the book from which it was clipped from. And when you go to that book, you can see all the clips which I have done in the book here. Almost 188 clips in the book. Cool, right? And now I can link this book or a particular clip, whichever way I want to any node, or add it to a particular collection from here. Similarly, I can do that for all clips, all videos, and everything else. And finally, we have Twitter. You can even clip tweets. Let's go to Twitter. Yeah, it is X. but I'm used to calling it Twitter. I don't want premium. So if I go over here, so that is a post, right? So if you see here, this plus button clips this to Memotron. So it's done. Let me clip one more thing. And also this one. Clip some more tweets. Here we go. Now, if you see here, these are the tweets which I clipped. This is how it appears when I open it. And you can also see who this tweet was done by visiting here. And also you can go to the person's profile link and also see all the clips which I have done from their profile here on the right panel. So this is the initial alpha version which we have. We are really excited about your feedback. Kindly visit the docs for more information and don't forget to check out our application. Thank you.